Sutton and Amanda are in the room when they first get there, and Sutton is explaining, why you probably want to know why I wanted to room with you. And Amanda's sitting on the bed. Did you see the bottom of her feet and how dirty they were?
No.
Amanda's feet were disgusting. They were just black and dirty. That is so gross to be on camera.
On the white beds.
Yes, it was sick. It's disgusting. I know they've been traveling for a day and a half or whatever to get to Italy, but you need to understand and you need to look down at your feet and know your feet are dirty, girl. It was gross.
Listener discretion advised. Adult language and mature content.
Welcome back, everybody. It is Two Queens, One Screen. I'm Jen.
I'm Keeley.
We took a really long break, and it's my fault. Well, work has been insane, and then I got flu B, which I almost died from. I didn't almost die, but I couldn't get out of bed.
Felt like it.
So wash your hands, people. Take your vitamin C.
I had to give it a goog because I didn't know what flu B was. No clue.
I didn't know either, but it's the strain that's going around that is really bad. And I got prescribed the Tamiflu or whatever. Yes. And I was out for 2 weeks and my cough has just gone away. I was coughing like a gross old man until just recently. And even a couple days ago, I was like, I'm probably going to be talking and it's going to get gross. So I'll do my best. And then it was Keeley's birthday.
Yeah.
Which is not why we didn't record, but You did have a birthday. Happy birthday, belatedly.
Thank you.
And then it was my kid's spring break, so I went out of town.
Yes.
To Pigeon Forge, which I heard someone describe as the Vegas of Appalachia. Which I know I just said that word wrong, but it's true. It's like a tiny little strip, except for it's a dry county.
Bummer.
So like Dollywood is there. Dollywood is the best theme park I've been to, and I live in Orlando. I loved it. I had so much fun there. You can't drink there though, but the food's really good and the rides are really good and the shows are incredible. I cried watching the life of Dolly Parton. It was really good.
And you had a birthday, so happy
birthday.
I
had a birthday. I am 40 now, which
means you're old.
I'm old now. You're into it though. Like I like it. I like being 40.
Okay.
So Matt and Sam, so we were up there and then we came back a day early so that Matt and Sam could go to MegaCon here in Orlando because it was like one of the best ones. And I was like, I really want you guys to go. And for my birthday, I really want to not go. I don't want to go to that thing. It was fun last year. We dressed up the boys, but I was like, I don't have the energy and I'm not interested. And so I made Dad and Des come take Henry and I out to fancy brunch. And then they bought me treats and donuts and it was great. And then I sat around all day. How about your birthday? Do you have a good birthday? You just had a
good birthday. It was Friday the 13th. I took the day off of work.
I didn't put that together.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's cool. Okay.
And Steve and Peyton went to school and work and I got to sleep in. I went and got my coffee. I came back. I got to watch TikToks with my coffee in the quiet for as long as I wanted. Then I got up and I just went shopping to all the stores that I wanted to go with my coffee by myself in the quiet all day long. Really
nice.
It was amazing.
And like no one else is off, so you get to like enjoy the stores by yourself.
Right.
That sounds really good.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you had a good birthday. Look at us with our great birthdays. But I'm also glad to be back. I actually had to talk to my therapist about it.
Why?
Because I was like, so Henry was so sweet to me. Henry was so good all vacation. Like amazing. Just the perfect little traveler. And other than he was messy. But beyond that, it was fine. We were walking around Dollywood and he and I had just gone through her museum and that walks you through her career. It was very fun. Mm-hmm. And then he goes, hey mom, can I tell you something? And I said, sure. What's going on? And he was like, I've really enjoyed this vacation. And I was like, oh my God, that's so sweet of you to say. And he's like, but I'm also looking forward to going home. And I was like, oh, that's totally okay. This has been a busy vacation. It was almost over. I was like, no, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear it. Like, both of those things are good things. And I was like, when I was a kid, the idea of coming home from vacation, we didn't do like a lot of crazy vacations that I could remember.
Yeah.
It was usually going to visit family.
Okay.
Like going to visit grandparents. But I remember dreading coming home every single time.
Yeah.
Like, I hated the idea of coming home from vacation.
Sure.
And now I'm like, oh, I've done such a good job as a grown-up that, like, I can enjoy my vacation and also be happy about what I'm going.
Yeah.
Isn't that exciting?
That's really good.
I talked to my therapist about it today. It's like my real growth as a human being. I'm 40. Look at me. I did it. So we have like, it's been like a month. So we have a lot that we can talk about, but we've decided to focus on Real Housewives.
Yeah. Yes.
I just
I
think that's the way
agree.
to go.
I agree.
Did we talk about the ending of Traitors?
We didn't talk about it. I think we were at either the last episode or the episode before, and it was still Johnny, Tara. Who else was there? 5? There was 5. And Eric.
And Eric.
So
Eric, who made it to almost the very end, but we still forget him.
right.
Eric.
So I mean, everybody knew Rob was going to win, but we all thought he would take Mara with him. He didn't. She was devastated.
Well, he can't. I mean, like, he chose Eric instead of her.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, what can you even...
Yeah.
There was no way that he was really going to take her all the way.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, what did you think of her face when she found out?
Yeah, I think that was a genuine reaction, but again, I was not a fan of Mara, and I just think she is that dumb that she couldn't put 2 and 2 together. She is the ultimate girl who puts everything she has in the basket of a man and makes that man her identity, and then is devastated when the man chooses himself and not her after she's chosen him over and over and over again.
She just never questioned it. It never even occurred to her to question it. I do like the aftermath of the show, though. Like, we watched the finale, and I was actually very pleasantly surprised by the finale. And I also really enjoyed, he got her the Birkin with the help of Lisa. Like, I feel like he went through and he's like, listen, I want to get all this money. Like, I'm playing this game, I'm playing it for real. But then after, I feel like he's gone around and kind of made amends with everyone. And I think that, like, the friendships that were built this season are the most interesting friendships of any of the seasons so far.
No, I can see that.
I really liked how it all shook out. And I like that I thought that there was going to be, like, real fallout, like last season with Bob the Drag Queen and all that. I thought there was going to be, like, a real showdown at the finale, and it wasn't. It seems like everybody in the end is like, it's a game and that was fun and I'm glad we did it. Was kind of the vibe of it. And I think I liked that about it this season. I'm just trying to think of anything else that we were watching. Do you watch Love is Blind?
I have in the past. I have not watched it recently.
I watched this season because I needed something that I could half pay attention to in the background while I was doing work. My work's been insane lately.
Sure.
And this was like one of the worst groups of men I've ever seen in my life.
Great.
I almost think that, like, I'm never going to watch it again because of how bad it was.
Yeah, I can see that.
I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there if you had seen it.
No.
And then that's it. I'm watching Boat Show. Are you watching Boat Show this season?
Yes, I'm watching Down Under, right, with Captain Jason. So, I do like it, but you're going to hate me. I just think it's kind of boring sometimes. It's just boring like sometimes. I'm so used to Housewives.
Well, right. Everyone's more established and the Boat Show, you have to, this whole season, all the dynamics have to build.
Yeah.
Like, you have to give it, 5-6 episodes for everything to build.
I do like the staff so much. Like, I like
what do you
everybody.
think of Chef Ben?
He's a boob. I think he's a gigantic boob. He has a lot of feelings, and I feel like sometimes he can't take a step back for a half a second when he feels something and go, God, I'm not going to blow up, or I'm not going to whatever he's going to do, and just stop for a second and take a breath. Like, I don't think he has that part of his brain working.
No,
But he regrets a lot of what he does, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's why I don't mind him.
Here's my problem with Chef Ben. And part of me really will always love Chef Ben because
Sure.
he was from the original back in the day when it first started. What was that? God, 15 plus years ago?
Yeah.
Something crazy. There's no growth in Ben. Ben is exactly the same as he was then.
Yeah.
And like, God, my brain is turning off. What is her name? The woman that was Chief Stew, she was in both seasons.
Oh, God. Dark hair, right?
I think she's blonde. She was in both seasons of The Traitors. It starts with a C, I think.
Kate
Chastain. Her last name starts with a C. Chastain. Kate Chastain is a goddess. I love her. I love her. She's hilarious. I love her so much. And she's always been that, but she has had the growth over the years. And they're still really good friends. And so they do like the behind the scenes or whatever it's called with them, overboard or something. Just, I am so bummed out that Ben hasn't grown at all. And I also find him back when it was like 15 years ago when he was not cheating. He was flirting with these second stews. It was fun. But now that it's like, you're like, Ben, she's like 22.
Agree.
What are you doing? He's like, oh, I find her, wise beyond her years and so charming and intelligent. And you're like,
no. Yes, agree. And I'm down with that.
I was not a fan of Ellie in her previous season. Ellie being his new, like, sous chef person.
Yes.
I didn't like her, really. I found her very overdramatic. But it seems like she has come in so far this season, like, ready to work. And she is organized. And she's like, I have no idea what I'm doing. But then you find out that she used to work in her parents' bakery. And you're like, oh, no, you're awesome. You're doing a great job. And he's just, like, treating her much nicer than he treated the first sous chef that he had. Yeah. But then he starts to just walk all over her and take her for granted so fast.
I know. And again, he's a boob, and usually boobs that are men do not change because they don't take responsibility and they can't see what you're trying to explain to them when you're trying to explain it to them. So, for example, you're saying whatever it is about them that maybe you want them to reflect on or take a look at or think about, they see it as you want me to completely change who I am and my personality. And they will never not believe that's what you're saying, instead of like trying to give you advice and say, maybe if you did it this way, it would be easier or something. And then go, okay, I'll think about it. No, it is mortally wounding to them for you to, that's what he is. So
I'm not a fan of his behavior. And I get that he's like in a place, but you're also a professional.
Correct.
Like, I'm sorry that
40 or something now, whatever.
Yeah,
right?
He's got to be older than me.
Yeah. So
no, I'm a little frustrated.
I get that. I'm down with
that. But I also, Alicia flirting with everybody while having a boyfriend. I really enjoyed her last season, and I'm very frustrated but also enjoying her this season. I think she's fucking up, but it's like, oh, but she's young, so I will enjoy watching her fuck up.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
And I think that Daisy is one of my favorite Chief Stews.
She's just a boss. I love her.
She's on it. And I do really want her to hook up with Schwau. I think that would be great.
Sure.
Even though Ellie's like, my hormones and my genetics want to mix with his genetics.
Gross. Stop.
And
saying
also, I
those
don't get
things.
that vibe from Joao. I guess like she and I have differing tastes. I don't look at Joao and go, yes.
No, ma'am, I do
No
not.
offense, Joao. I think his growth over the seasons, he's come so far. I'm really enjoying him more. I think he's doing a better job than he was doing before. I find him more likable. I'm not physically attracted to Joao.
I get you.
But I guess it's probably hard to have any feelings when you're like, also you have Captain Jason there.
Correct.
Like, that's where all my attention would be.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to cover all of our bases of like, what else are we watching right now?
Are you watching any YouTube trials?
No, but one of my little gifts. So while I was on vacation, I went to, was that my moonshine tasting night? Yeah.
Yes.
I went, because I was in Tennessee, so we did a $5 moonshine tasting. And it was lovely. It was really fun. And I hadn't really been drinking because I'd been sick before then.
Right.
And trying to eat healthy before that. So I hadn't really been drinking. So it hit me hard. And so then I went home and I got in the jet tub and I watched a video that I was like, I wonder if Keeley's been watching Afro Man. And then I was like, I started to type and I was like, it's really hard to type. And I'm going to drop my phone in the tub. So I decided just to call you. And I didn't realize that you didn't know about the Afro Man thing.
No.
I've only watched it in bits and pieces and people's commentary on it. But one of the great things about Keeley is Keeley will watch the actual court cases.
Yeah.
And so what a gift. By the way, speaking of gifts and birthday gifts, I'm actually wearing Keeley's birthday gift from me.
Yes.
Because the Etsy seller sent the wrong hats. I had 2 hats made, one for her, one for me, as like her birthday gift. And she accidentally sent me mine. So I think it's cute. And I think they're interchangeable, honestly.
Absolutely.
And then I got this great little surprise. This is my gift for my birthday from Keeley. And when I opened it up, Matt was like, what is that? I was laughing so hard. And I was like, what do you think this is? And he goes, is it like women serial killers? And I was like, close. So close.
Yeah, so if you're not watching the video of this and you're just listening to the audio, Jen is holding a coffee mug with Real Housewives mugshots on it, on the whole mug. And I just thought that was the best thing ever.
It's so funny.
It's my favorite.
I laugh so hard. So I also think it's funny that like it's so close to, it could have gone either way. Like Matt could have been correct. Like, oh, it's women serial killers.
Absolutely.
That makes sense as a gift that you would send me.
Correct.
But it's
correct.
Mugshots of Real Housewives. I don't know who, hold on, let me point to it. Who is this one?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's old. It's black and white.
It is. I don't know who that is. So
it's got to be an old jersey, right?
Yeah.
Could it have been Danielle?
Maybe.
That might be Danielle. That's so funny. It's so good. It's so good.
But back to Afro Man as a gift. You called me, told me to watch it. I went to work the next day. Hopefully people from work aren't watching or listening. I watched it all day at work and could not stop laughing and talking out loud to my computer. My judge even had to come out of his office and go, "What are you watching?"
And you're like, work.
So I told him, he was like, that's not funny. So he's 65. He's old and whatever. He has no time.
That's
he
funny.
Left the room so I could not share this information. I got up from my desk several times, walked to other people's offices to share this information and just spread it like a disease down the hall. And people were just watching it also. It was the best thing I have ever seen in my entire life. It is Afro Man #1, Cardi B #2. No joke.
Really?
I cannot. It's so good.
So if you guys don't know, it's Afro Man is the guy that sang Because I Got High.
Yes.
What is that song from? That's from like, was it the late 90s?
It's got to be
early
90s,
2000s, somewhere in there?
Yeah.
And
one hit wonder kind of a thing, apparently.
Yeah. But he's got like land and a house.
Yes. In Ohio.
In Ohio.
It's in Ohio, if you didn't know that. It is in Ohio. So he lives in Ohio with his kids. His ex-wife is there. His new girlfriend is there, and his ex-wife and his kids were in his home. And inside of his home has cameras, like Ring cameras, right? Inside each room and on the outside, just because he's got a lot of money, and that's what they do. They put cameras everywhere. So anyway, midnight, the SWAT, DEA, ATF, everybody descends on his home, kicks in his front door, and says they have a warrant to search his home because he's trafficking in drugs and kidnapping children. And his ex-wife is horrified. His children are horrified because it's the middle of the night. They ransack his mansion, ruining doors and windows and dressers and clothing, and anything they touched, they absolutely ruined this man's home. He was not home.
We've seen that before in these cases.
Absolutely.
But it seemed like some of the videos that were like showing pictures of what happened, it was like, no, they like went overboard. Like they weren't looking for evidence, they were smashing things.
Yes, they did. And he was not home. He could see the alert on his phone. He's trying to figure out what's going on, calling his ex-wife, making sure she and the kids are okay. And he has a safe in the home. They want inside the safe. They said, we're going to blow it up unless you give us the combination. So he gives his ex-wife the combination so they don't ruin something else in his home.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got maybe an ounce of weed. Like the man has no drugs in his home. He's got cash in his home, coat pockets and things like that they take out in their groups, and it ends up being $4,000 in crack. I could have $4,000 in cash. Like that is not, we're not talking P. Diddy bankrolling, $1 million in cash in his home. The trial is because of what the police did to his home. He was never charged with anything. I just want to point that out. He was never indicted.
The whole thing got dismissed.
Was never given a citation. Nothing. He was never arrested. They found nothing. And he went to the police station to go collect his money and the things that they took, and to ask them to please pay for the door and the damages in his home. They told him to go pound sand. They said, fuck off. We don't have to pay for anything. And so in retaliation, and I hate saying that because it's not really, I guess, what it is, but it is, he obtained video footage of the on-body cameras of the police officers that were there.
What's that called? There's a rule. There's a thing about that. Public... You're allowed to request it. Public records request or whatever.
Record. Oh,
like he can have that.
He has that, and they could give it to him. It's all unredacted. They're not keeping things out. He also has his own home camera footage of inside the home. But I want to also put out, at one point, these officers did turn off his cameras inside his home. Sketchy, red flags.
Are they allowed to do that?
No.
Well,
so they turned off his cameras anyway. So he obtained this footage. He went through the footage and he made some music videos about the officers. So the officers, again, did not treat this man with dignity, respect, kindness, anything. Did not have any sort of respect for this man.
There's an argument to be said that they were doing their jobs. They were executing a warrant. Sure. They didn't have to do what they did.
No.
They didn't have to smash up his house.
No.
They didn't have to... I think they were very, rude and, kind of scary and intimidating. I mean, they broke into the house. Not broken. They were executing the warrant. But at midnight, it's his ex-wife and his kids there.
Yeah.
They're not going into a dangerous home.
No.
There was no evidence that they were going into a dangerous home. The one part that I don't know was there, what was the warrant for? They were just investigating that they thought he might have drugs, based on a tip from somebody.
They didn't really say. Yeah, they didn't really say that. I think it was racially motivated. Honestly, I didn't understand how racially biased Ohio is. I just didn't grasp that part. Anyway,
I was surprised by that as well. I don't know why.
I talked to Steve, and Steve's like, damn, girl, have you not picked up a book? It's really bad. So that's my belief. That's not, it's an opinion. I don't know. But so when they found the money, they found, I think, 2 separate rolls of money. I don't know what they were called. Anyway, so on the on-body video, the officer is counting out the money, right? 100, 200, 300. You can see him counting it out, putting it down. Then he goes to the next section of money and he's counting it out, right? So Afro Man claims that he had $4,000 in cash. When it was returned to him, there was only $3,600. So there's $400 missing. And he brought that to the attention of this county sheriff's department. They told him to fuck off. They didn't steal the money. You're, a black piece of crap, and really treated him poorly again for trying to get his money back. Went through lawyers saying, I'm going to X, Y, and Z. You need to give me my money back. I don't want to do this. Just give me my money back, this and the other. So they never gave his money back, but he knows how much money he had. So he was so, I guess, adamant. And, what is the saying? The greasy wheel gets the
squeaky wheel gets the oil.
Yeah, right. So he was so adamant about it. They finally did an internal affairs investigation, an AI investigation on the officer and the officer that did the raid. They watched the on-body video. They saw him counting the money. He did explain on the stand, this internal affairs officer. He said, yeah, he counted it wrong. I watched him. He was not counting the money correctly. He had $100 bills. He would put out $400 and then say 100, 200, 300, knowing he has 400 right here on the table, not starting with 400 or 500 when he's counting it. He's starting with 100. So the AI officer said, I saw him do that. He miscounted the money. And then in the second bundle, he miscounted the money again. But it wasn't as obvious on the on-body video. He didn't hold his hands up as high, so they couldn't see a lot of it. So the first count was off by 390. The second count was off by 10. They're such bros down there that they're like, we didn't think he did anything wrong. We didn't file any charges. We just said, that's it. They closed the case. They didn't do anything. So going back, Afro Man takes these videos. He goes in and finds these clips.
Is an artist and a patriot.
And makes these videos. And they are not great, kind videos against these officers.
Not nice. They're not nice. There's some stuff where I was like, oh dear. Like, you didn't have to. There's some stuff that I'm like,
so he did it to,
but also
3 or 4 officers, put it on YouTube, millions of views. Afro Man said, hey, I needed to generate income to pay for the things that you destroyed. So I made these videos, put them up on YouTube, got money, was going out on tour singing these songs. These officers are suing him for defamation of character. That is where we are with the trial. That is what this trial is. They're saying people will believe what Afro Man is singing about in these videos as fact. And it ruins their character as a human being, as a man, as a police officer, as any sort of authority figure. So they were suing him. And Afro Man said, it's entertainment, it's art. Nobody takes it for fact.
Free speech.
It's free speech. I don't know what you're talking about. It was the best thing I have ever seen in my entire life. One of the officers, he said his name first and last and said he was a son of a bitch and that he fucked his wife in the video. Poetry. This officer gets on the stand and his attorney says, this is what they show the video, first of all, in court, front to end to beginning. Amazing.
Not only is that like accessible on YouTube, it is now public record.
Correct.
That is in the books for.
They asked this man, did Afro Man and your wife have an affair? And this guy goes, I don't know. Who's to say? I can't say whether or not he had an affair with my wife or not. It's in the video. People are going to believe it. I mean, it was over the top and ridiculous. His ex-wife got on the stand.
That was the only witness that he called, that Afro Man called, was his ex-wife.
Yes. She gets up there and she's like, no, we did not get a divorce because of this video.
And they're like, has it made it like difficult for you? Was it why you guys got divorced? Was it scary when these videos came out? And she's like, no, it's fine.
No.
Everything's fine. He laughed about it the first time.
Yeah, she's a middle school age teacher. They said, did your students bring this to you? She's like, yeah, my students showed it to me. They laughed. And they said, what did you tell your students? She says, I told them to turn it off. Let's go back to work. Like, we're going to go do schoolwork. She goes, it was not a big deal. And they were like, do you think that your students believed any of this? She was like, no. And they asked her questions like, do you believe everything on the internet? She's like, no, I don't.
Yeah.
They asked her about Cardi B's song, WAP. It was fucking amazing. The attorney says, ma'am, have you heard of the song called WAP? He didn't say WAP. He said WAP. And she got this look on her face like, I know what that song is, but I'm going to make you say it. She goes, no. Can you elaborate and tell me what you're saying, what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's fine.
And he says the song, Wet Ass Pussy. He actually said, wet ass pussy. And she goes, I do know that song. He says to her, do you believe that's fact? And she says, in what context? And
the
he
bucket
says,
and the mop part?
every woman has a wet ass pussy. He actually asked her that, and I'm dying. I'm falling out of my chair at work. I cannot be in my own skin. This shit does not happen in courtrooms. We don't say the word pussy. We don't talk about it being wet. We don't say these things. And she goes, no, I don't believe every woman has a wet ass pussy. And I'm dying. That is what this entire,
so good.
It was like 3 days straight worth of this trial was like, I cannot. It was so good. You have to go watch it.
He gives a lot of them nicknames as well.
Yes.
Like one of them was like Sugarloaf or something.
Lemon Pound Cake officer.
Lemon Pound Cake. Because he was fat and that hurt the fat cop's feelings.
Well, that officer was raiding his kitchen, and in a glass cake stand on the countertop was a lemon pound cake. And the officer has his guns drawn, and he's following the other officers through the kitchen and looks down at the pound cake, looks up and looks around, and then kind of lowers his gun, looks back down at the pound cake, looks around a second time, and then continues on. And he makes the song about Mama's lemon pound cake being so good, you're going to put your gun down. It's the best thing I've ever seen.
So good.
It's so good.
So good. He also made the video about Lisa.
Yes.
Lisa's was harsh. Lisa was the female officer.
Yeah.
He called her Lick'em-Low Lisa. He just saying that she looks like a lesbian. And then also at one point, I think implied that she might have not always been a woman.
Yeah.
I was like, come on. But then in the video, he hired someone to impersonate her chasing him around town.
Oh my God.
Delightful. So I love that the entire thing because the lawsuit was the police officers suing Afro Man for defamation.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're like, look, we're public servants and we need people to have confidence in us. And he's like, well, here's why they wouldn't have confidence in you. So it's not defamation. We haven't said anything that's not true.
Yes.
Everything else is parody. It's a joke.
Yeah.
It's not, no one's actually thinking that any of this is true. And now, instead of this town knowing about it, because like, would you and I have ever known anything about it?
No.
Never. And now everyone knows lemon pound cake.
The world. It's wonderful.
So good. And they could have just not broken his door in. Or if they needed to break his door in, they could have compensated him.
They could have had his ex-wife call him, come home.
Not smashed up the house.
And he could have walked through the home with them while they looked for things. but they
Maybe
were
it's
terrible.
just because of where I live. I don't look at Afro Man and think dangerous guy.
No.
That man.
It was very interesting, though. Every single officer that testified had a behavioral background, or they did something wrong on the job and then were written up for it. So these were all basically quote unquote bad cops.
Mhm.
It was not just Afro Man's home that, you know, they stole the money from and
It's not
ruined
the
his
first
things.
time.
Correct. And that's what Afro Man's counsel was trying to get across. And they did it beautifully. It was so wonderful. The fourth cop he called a pedophile because this police officer's brother is actually a pedophile, has been convicted, and is in prison currently for being a pedophile. But in Afro Man's video, he calls this specific officer a pedophile. So that was very heavy. This officer happened to be the one that counted the money and stole the $400 from him. Yeah, there were 4 total. Delightful. It was the best.
I'm so glad that you liked it. I'm so glad that me, after my moonshine tasting, was like, I need to make sure she knows about this.
The best birthday present ever.
It was good. It was so good. I told you about other things while I was there. What else did I talk about? I had several things that I needed to tell you when I was in my boozy bathtub. I don't remember. It's all gone.
So good.
It was good. It was a fun call. It was nice. Did Steve share that text with you that I sent? Because I was like, the resort that we stayed at had a jet tub, like a jacuzzi tub in the bathroom. And I was like asking Steve, did I tell you about this?
No, I don't remember.
Okay,
Oh.
so this is a fun little side note. So so Matt and I used the tub a ton. So like I had gotten in there and I was loving it, and I got out and then I like refilled it and I was like, Matt, you have to try it. Because Matt's not a tub guy. We have a regular tub in the boys' bathroom, but we have a standing shower in our bathroom. I was like, Matt, you have to try the tub. And he's like, he was really sore from Dollywood because it's all hills. He's like, yeah, okay, I'll try it. So he gets in, he was like, oh, this is so nice. And I had been texting Steve and I was like, Steve, like, are people still getting jet tubs? Because this place hasn't been renovated. The place that we were staying hadn't been renovated in a while. It was very nice, but it was older. And I was like, and he's like, yeah, people still put them in. I sell them all the time. I can get you a discount. Like, he was being very funny about it. And I was like, Matt, don't you like this? And don't you hate our bathroom? We should, when we redo our bathroom, you said he could get us a discount. Like, we should do this. And he was like, oh, that sounds, he's like, I don't know. And I was like, talking about Steve, and Matt was in the bathtub and he's got all the jets on it. And I was like, I should send him a picture of this. And Matt was like, no. He's like, the second that it occurs to me, Matt was like, the second that it occurs to me to be vulnerable right now, that I'm sitting in a bathtub.
You want to take a picture?
And he's like, and I feel vulnerable. That's when it occurs to you that you want to take a photo of me and send it to your uncle. Oh, I was like, I think Steve would have liked. I didn't do it. I didn't. But I did.
That's
I think
Jennifer Tilly thirst trap is what that is right there.
I was thinking about it, and I watched that episode after I came back from vacation, and I was like, I wish I had had the opportunity to take a thirst trap. But I think that's the thing you have to do when your kids aren't on vacation with you.
Yes.
But I think that is like, at some point, I am going to go on vacation with just Matt. Or when you and I go on vacation to Pigeon Forge, which I think is the thing that I pitched to you.
Yes, we did
while
talk
I was
that.
Yes. That is what I talked about while I was a little drunk.
Okay.
Yeah, then we'll do thirst traps. Which is, she was like, as long as you're underwater, it hides all the wobbly bits because water is very forgiving. Like, thank you, Jennifer Tilly.
Thank you.
I love her.
I'm going to whisper my size to you.
I'm going to, or maybe the next one up. Oh, I want to shop. Yeah. I want to shop with Jennifer Tilly and also have her pay for it. I think Jennifer Michelle, is that her name? Sarah Michelle Gellar said that on a Watch What Happens Live. She's like, who's
so
paying?
Good.
Go with Jennifer Tilly.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
So good. All right. Should we move into our Real Housewives? All right. We're just gonna talk about the main things. So
the last one we watched or talked about or had a podcast was the Do You Remember episode. That was so long ago. And I feel like
so long ago.
right? You know, Amanda had her little party that nobody participated in. Everybody went to the
She kept going.
Hamptons.
Can we talk? Okay.
Yes.
The manifestation
Yes.
moment party. And
Yes.
in her mind, she's like, and she said many times, I'm giving this manifestation seminar for free.
Free.
For
Yes.
free.
Yes.
You invited them to a party.
What?
And no one paid for your party that you invited them to, where you can show people a little taste of what they might get if they paid to do. That was a commercial.
Yeah.
That was not I can't believe they don't appreciate this free thing I did for them. This free party that you threw at your house, this dinner party or brunch or whatever the fuck you threw.
Yeah.
See, this is why I can't like Amanda Francis, because even if I keep wanting to try and find, like, because I think she made some valid points on Watch What Happens Live, which we will get to, but I can't like her because I also see every angle that she's doing this as like more of like a money-making scheme for her, which you should be doing. If you are Lisa Rinna on this, you should be like, by the way, I was in a Depends commercial. Like, talk about it all. Go, when Lisa Rinna did her thing, showing her on like the Home Shopping Network, amazing. When Teddy's like, this is my accountability program that I have and I'm selling this, great. Somebody's selling skincare, or, you know, which one? I can't remember. This one right here. What is her name?
Oh God, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Why can't I think of it?
Because our brains have turned off because I got the flu.
I can't remember her name.
And she's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Real Housewives, the one that was in New York that was trying to sell air fryers before they really took off.
Yeah. Okay.
And everyone shit on her and they're like, why are you selling a microwave? And now everyone in fucking America has an air fryer.
The difference between all of these things and Amanda is Lisa Rinna doing a Depends commercial. Lisa Rinna is not on Housewives having a Depends party saying, buy Depends. Here's your free Depends.
Right.
Have you put on your Depends today? I'm wearing mine. Are you wearing yours? Nobody was doing any of that. But this is what Amanda does.
Right. You give out the gift bags. Here's my hair care by so-and-so, like my little gift bags, right? The only one who's giving out the gifts and not like selling herself is Kathy Hilton.
Right.
Kathy Hilton's giving out her gift bags and they're just gorgeous gift bags because she has that kind of money. Amanda Francis, that whole thing was a commercial. And then she's like, they don't really appreciate it. And it's like, you need to appreciate that they're at all pretending to participate in this.
Right.
At the same time, we've got Kyle and Dorit and Rachel Zoe in the Hamptons, and I loved it.
Correct. It was beautiful.
Loved Dorit and Kyle getting along and having a good time, even if some of it was fake. But then they were like, I'm just here to enjoy it. I like it when they have fun together.
Me too. Because
the drama is great, but it's the same with love the Three Amigos, right? When they would get wasted and have fun together, that was more fun to me than Tamra. I mean, that's my opinion, is one of my favorite things to scream and have no one in my house understand what I'm talking about.
Yes.
But also, it's more fun when they get along. When Shannon and Tamra and Vicky loved each other, it was great. And I liked Kyle and Dorit. I liked Kyle and Dorit and PK and Mo when they all loved each other. I loved that. And so I feel like the Hamptons was such a good time. Rachel Zoe, what a great host. They all did I fucking love Rachel Zoe.
Everybody does. And that's the thing. Rachel and Amanda, this is their freshman year on the show. This is the first time they've been there, and they are having two different experiences.
Yes.
And, you know, I didn't really put that together until I saw someone say that. And I'm like, oh my God, there's no reason why Amanda can't have the same freshman year as Rachel, but she's not on purpose. She's doing these things purposefully and intentionally when she says she's not. And I just can't get behind her. I can't. Everything she says is trying to get you to believe what she's telling you. It's all control. The whole thing is control.
Yeah.
And I can't get behind her. I cannot Listen, it's so
No.
frustrating. I don't want her on the show next year. I think Kyle should be off the show next year. I'm done with Kyle. I'm over it. She's a mean girl. I think she's twisting people to try and hate Dorit on purpose because Dorit is not putting up with Kyle's shit anymore and Kyle doesn't know how to deal with it.
Yeah, it was interesting to me. I'm not saying that Dorit's doing everything perfect, but also Dorit is in crisis. Kyle, not in crisis anymore. Frankly, like she's in a weird spot that's very confusing, but I think she's projecting a lot on Dorit and pissed off about that.
When she's talking about Dorit's spending and erratic behavior, may we go back to I'm having sex with women, I'm getting tattoos, and now I'm exercising until I, am a size 00. I mean, I think that's a little more out there than Dorit going and spending money, which she can because it's hers and fuck off, who cares?
And also, it's not like Kyle isn't spending money.
Right.
Kyle is out there also spending money.
I don't understand.
Kyle's solution in her breakup with Mo. Part of me is like, I bet they don't have like a prenup or something. Like it's a no fault.
Sure. Probably.
State in California, whatever. So like, I mean, if they're actually going to divorce, Mo's probably going to file in a different state.
Yeah.
So she should probably think about filing in California ASAP, but I'm not a lawyer. But I do think that the relationship that she has with Mo, it has worked to her advantage to stay very cordial, to let him kind of do whatever he's going to do, because he already kind of let her go do whatever she was going to do. Not make a fuss, don't be accusatory, don't get upset when you see him out kissing other people. I mean, you're good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that there's something where like what she's frustrated with is that she's watching Dorit go through all of, this divorce, and it's like, she's like, just be nice. Just do it like I'm doing it and you'll be fine. And PK is not Mo.
No.
I mean, and if it's true that Dorit and PK don't really have a retirement to speak of, Kyle's set for life. Kyle's going to be fine. Kyle's probably going to be able to spend this way for the rest of her life, right? Dorit is not in the same position. And it makes sense for Dorit to have like a fuss because PK's just not paying for shit. He's just not paying their mortgage, we find out later on. And
this is the PK divorce is more normal in society than Kyle and Mo. I will tell you, my ex-husband did not pay the mortgage. Like, he stopped paying our bills. I had bills that I didn't know I had. Like, that shit is normal, and I am not a millionaire. I'm not a celebrity. The reality of the divorce that PK and Dorit are having is a normal divorce that everybody has. It is not normal to go through a divorce and be BFF with your ex-husband and have your ex-husband still paying for everything. They go to that store, her and Erica, for Italy, and Kyle whips out a card and says, Mo's going to pay for this. What? That is not normal. No.
She bought all the turquoise jewelry when they went to Sedona. Mo paid for that. Probably. Allegedly. Who knows? But probably. So, like, what does her income stream other than whatever she's, like, appearances? Like, she can't be making enough to live the life that she's living on appearances and Instagram ads. Like, it's just, I don't believe it. And good for her. Begrudge what she has with Mo.
That's fine.
Great. That's fantastic.
But be a friend, for God's sake. When someone is...
assume that it should be the same way for Dorit and PK.
Yeah. And she does not like people saying, Kyle does not like people saying to her, your divorce is weird. What do you mean you guys are still talking? Your divorce is weird. What do you mean he comes over? What do you mean you guys travel together? She does not like it when people say those things to her.
No.
But she can say that to Dorit. I don't know. I am over it. I don't want to see Kyle anymore. I think she should be kicked off the show. Her and Amanda can just go off into the sunset together. I'm done.
That's the point that you're making right now. Here's the other thing. We're watching reality TV. We know that there's reality TV. In the end of the last episode, Kyle is talking about the cameras, right?
Mhm.
And this is what ruined Salt Lake. So Kyle needs to shut the fuck up. But also, Kyle has been a shit stirrer this season. And here's my issue with it. I love a shit stirrer. I love it. Erica does it when she's like had a drink and then she's like, so explain to me why the fuck Sutton wants to room with Amanda. Explain this, Sutton, because the last time I saw you two, like she's direct. But, and that's fun. But then we have Kyle, who is filming, and then she's saddling up next to Amanda, or she's with Sutton, or she's calling Bose, and she's like talking shit and being like, well, I would have been really upset if I had heard that, or like, Bose, I'm seeing Dorit, and it's just like she's spending so much, and it's so erratic, and why is she always late? First of all, Dorit's always been fucking late.
She will always be late. She will always be late.
I am also a late person. I don't mean to be. I am not Dorit late where it's disrespectful.
Sure.
I have severe ADHD and I have time blindness. And I have to work really, really hard to be on time for things.
Yeah.
And I have to like
some
plan
people
out
are just late.
In advance.
That's just, I think, their personality. That's
agree. And Dorit's doing it to an extreme point, which sucks, but also like
they all know it though.
This is come on. So why are we pretending it's a thing now?
Right.
Dorit's rude about it, but come on.
God damn it. Tighten this. Sorry.
No, you're okay. Yeah, I just think that like Kyle, be subtle about this.
Yeah.
Either be really direct.
Yeah.
Or be more like she's in this like it's so false. And then you're saddling up to Amanda, who also feels so is ingenuine a word? Not genuine? The lack of genuineness.
Keep going. Your dad's going to love this. He's going to be texting you the right word.
The ingenuity, that's not the right word. She just sucks. And then Kyle's being really fake about it. You know, I need you to be more real. And I need, like, Amanda and Kyle just feel so calculated.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, Kyle, as a housewife, stirring the shit is her job. There's supposed to be, like, the drama. She's drumming it up, but it's like,
I think it's just too much.
She's creating. That's what it is. She's creating it.
Yeah.
Where it doesn't need to be. Yeah. She's taking something that would have been like a little, I would have been irked about it. And she's like, but you need to be really bothered. You should be so bothered about this.
Right.
I saw it and I thought it was inappropriate. And you're like, it doesn't need to be this.
Yeah.
There's awkwardness and weirdness with Amanda without Kyle inserting herself and trying to make it worse. You know?
Right. And with Sutton, too. Sutton and Dorit are doing lovely. And then Kyle gets in the middle, and all of a sudden now Sutton is talking shit behind Dorit, and Dorit finds out, and now Sutton and Dorit's relationship is garbage because of Kyle.
Because of Kyle. I had genuine high hopes. Genuine is the word of the day. I had high hopes for... But with a J.
Allegedly.
I thought Sutton was really making a turn here, right? Like we were seeing a new side of Sutton. I think Sutton saw how she was coming off. I think she saw where she really fucked up. And it's like, what was it? What was the comment? Like, you need to go after people who match your wallet or whatever.
Yeah.
I can't remember. She said it smoother, but inappropriate, like not good. I think she saw how she was coming off and she was like, all right, I need to adjust. I need to do better. And then I feel like Kyle is like, no, be bad. So bad, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I think Sutton genuinely wanted to be helpful to Amanda. And I think Amanda is like, I don't need help. I'm great.
Correct.
Do you not see this? I'm wonderful. I'm
correct.
Calm, unless I'm a little baby. That's okay.
Oh my God. Her pouting and her baby voice. I cannot get behind. I don't like watching it.
More than once, they're like, well, she's a millennial. And that fucking sucks. As a millennial, that fucking sucks.
You're 40s. you're not 20. Just like, who
No.
said that? Rachel or Bo said that when
Yeah.
they're like, oh, she's a millennial. No, it's not like
She's
she's
not-
20. She's in her
She's not
40s.
20. She's 40. This is not. And she does. She's either like, I'm a boss bitch and I make 5 times as much as my husband could ever dream in a year in 1 month. And you're like,
Yep.
okay, cool. But she's either like a boss bitch. She's like, I like to be calm and controlled. And why is everyone upset with me that I'm not freaking out? And then the second that she's like, you're costing me, this is too much. I'm a
Because it's
tiny
not
little
normal.
baby.
That's why.
The
It's not
extreme
normal.
ends of that
Yeah.
are too much.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody on the show said that too, but I have been thinking the same thing. I was like, either you're a tiny baby, don't call me a wimp, or
Right.
you're a boss bitch.
Yeah. No,
Be cool
completely
and
agree.
unfazed like Erica,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
I don't. Ugh.
No, I could. Did you see? I did have to ask when they get to Italy and Sutton and Amanda are in the room when they first get there, and Sutton's explaining, why you probably want to know why I wanted to room with you. And Amanda's sitting on the bed. Did you see the bottom of her feet and how
No.
dirty they were?
No.
Amanda's feet were disgusting. They were just black and dirty. That is so gross to be on
the
camera.
white beds.
Yes, it was sick. It's disgusting. I know they've been traveling for a day and a half or whatever to get to Italy, but you need to understand and you need to look down at your feet and know your feet are dirty, girl. It was gross.
I hope other people have noticed that, and I will go back and look.
Okay.
And these women typically understand, and I think Sutton probably would have pointed that out to her and been helpful.
Probably, yeah, or not on camera. Like she probably did,
Well,
and they didn't show it. But
and then you have women like Bose. I fucking love Bose. One, her friend owns this thing and is like, please come, please come, please come. And she's like, he's been asking me for 12 years, and I guess I'll just go because of the show.
like it's a put out.
And then she goes and she's like, why haven't I not been here? Can you imagine pushing, be like, oh, eventually, maybe I will try. I'm going to try when I can figure out my skill. I would love to. Holy fuck, that place.
Right.
So gorgeous.
Yep.
And Bose has the primary suite, which is incredible. It's like a whole wing of the house.
Yeah.
The walk-in closet is the size of my bedroom.
Yeah.
And she has pre-sent a stylist to unpack all of her stuff and set up her outfits.
Stop. That is
I think Kyle, was it Kyle that was like, Bose is bougie? Yes. Bose is a fucking queen that we should all aspire to. I don't want to have to work that hard, though. And I'm not as smart as her. But
that's the whole point.
Shit.
She works smarter and not harder. That's working smarter, putting someone to go put my shit away.
But getting to the point in life that you can do that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And then to see her wing of the house and then see Amanda and Sutton in twin beds.
In their kids' room. It's a kid's room. Just so
yeah.
You know.
I mean, she brought enough friends that everyone's got to like spread out. And like, if you're in Italy, if somebody was taking to me, I would sleep on the floor.
In Jennifer's room with that chapel right there. Oh my God. Like I want to start tearing up just thinking how wonderful and lovely and beautiful. I can't. It's so
cool.
Wonderful.
Did we see Kathy's room?
I don't remember.
I was just thinking, because then we saw Dorit lose her mind over a sauna. Yeah. She like collapsed on the floor because she had a sauna in her room.
And Erica walks away. Yeah.
She's like, Erica is done with Dorit right now. And I understand. Because Dorit is going through this contentious divorce. Dorit has got shit on her plate right now. Everyone's aware of it. We're letting her talk about it. Other than Kyle, I think that this friend group is trying to be very supportive of her. Mm-hmm. Then we have Erica. Erica not talking that much about what's going on with her.
Sure.
She is starting to more. She talked about when, this is what we didn't talk about, Denise Richards comes back. Did we talk about this?
Right. No, right. That's right.
I kind of forgot about this. Denise Richards comes back.
Yeah.
And she's talking about what she's going through with her husband. He's been abusive. She got like all of this surgery, like got a neck lift and a facelift. She looks great. Good for you, Denise Richards.
Did you see the before and after picture that she posted the other day? Oh, God.
It was like
wonderful.
15 years.
Wow. Yeah.
I want to get that done one day.
And
I think it's
explaining
gonna
them, cutting open and pulling things back was kind of graphic and gross, made my tummy hurt a little bit, but I'd still do it to look
Oh,
like that.
100%. 100%. Well, what did it's what Heather
Took their
Gay.
ears off. Yeah.
She was like, it hurts. I don't want to do this. It hurts, but I'm going to do it.
I'm going to do it.
I think by the time that you and I need it, it will be cheaper.
Oh, I hope so. It'd be like $100.
I think so. Just get
But they talked, is it Erica that said to her,
I needed my neck done.
Did they cut your ears off? Denise is like, no, they don't do that anymore. No, that's a thing. So
replace it. Well, like when you get your boobs done, they have to remove your nipples.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to get my boobs done. But anyway, Denise Richards is going through like her husband. I don't know if they're officially divorced yet.
Yeah.
But they're in the process, and he was like physically abusive. And then he had allegations against her, and then she had allegations against him, but she's got like more proof or something. And then she's kind of explaining it. And then all of a sudden, Erica starts talking about how she's just recently, like within the last couple of years, gone through a similar thing. We didn't know that Erica was seeing anybody.
Yeah.
But she was in a relationship where it happened a few times that this guy got physical with her.
Yeah.
And then you see her talk about it with her therapist. And I think it's really amazing that she's comfortable talking about it, but she's also not really talking about it with the group. Like,
and here's my opinion why she's not doing it. Because we went through 2 years, 3 seasons, however many it was, talking about Erica and Tom Girardi. They would not leave her personal life alone. That's my opinion as to why she's not sharing. Not because they're going to say bad things, or they're going to poke fun, or they're going to not support her. But she was put through absolute terrible hell by these women.
Like, because of the spotlight somewhere else.
Right. Because of what Tom did. And, she admitted she was, using pills and alcohol and not coping with it correctly, because these women were terrible to her. So why would she open up? That's my opinion.
No, I don't disagree. I think it says something that she had that conversation in front of Sutton.
Sure.
I don't know what exactly it says, but it means something there.
But I think it's a vulnerability when her and Sutton are trying to become friends, and you tell that person something very deep, very private, something that shames most women. The idea, the thought, write that down, is always the woman's fault. The men never have an issue with being an abuser. It's always, what was she wearing? What did she say? Did she antagonize you? Was she drunk? It's always the women's embarrassment.
Right. Or like, I could never see someone like Erica being in that position. She's so strong. She can't have had someone treat her like that. Yeah. She's too strong. She's so amazing. She would never. Her son is a cop. She said it was so embarrassing. Yeah. Her son is a police officer.
Yeah.
And she's been in this position.
Yep.
And I just really appreciated that she opened up about that. I thought that was amazing. And I don't disagree that she didn't need to share that with everyone.
Correct.
I think it's interesting that Sutton hasn't shared it. And I'm impressed with Sutton for not sharing it.
Right.
I think that is Sutton being a good friend to Erica, and I was glad to see that.
And growing and evolving from the Sutton she was a couple of years ago. The Sutton she was a couple years ago, she would have told everybody.
Here for Sutton Brown. Right?
Agree.
Good. Knock on wood. We'll see where this season goes. We have some more
Absolutely.
Time. We went really far back. So
we did go really far back. So let's see.
Can we talk about the plane rides being all split up?
Sure.
I like that Bose is like messy, but classy messy. Right. She's like, I'm going to take you all to Italy, but I'm splitting you up because you don't get along.
We're not riding together.
And she's like, you don't get to be in the nice room. I'm giving you the nicest. Like, and granted, somebody's got to be in the twin beds.
Yeah.
So Bose was, I wrote it down.
Wrote it down too.
Bose Sutton, Kyle, Amanda, and then the friend of Natalie who got the happy ending massage.
Yes.
Who's Natalie friends with? Natalie's friends with Bose?
No, it's Rachel.
It's Rachel's friend.
Rachel's friend, because she showed up at that ethereal, right? Was it
Yeah, when Rachel's power went out.
Was
at
it
like
that,
the goddess
or was it
party.
the birthday? Was she Kyle's friend for the birthday? I don't remember. Which one? When did she show up? What was the first time? I think it was the birthday dinner with the happy ending.
I think so. I think you're right.
But I thought it was Rachel. Her friend was Rachel, but maybe not.
It doesn't totally make sense why she's there, because I don't think she's Bose's friend. I liked Bose's friend, who's her friend from like high school.
Summer, yeah.
Summer's great.
Yeah.
But I also I am not upset that Natalie's there. I want to hear the weird stories. I want to hear about your happy ending.
Yeah.
Ideal.
I think she handled the whole mask thing with Kyle beautifully. I thought it was like chef's kiss.
Okay, so yeah, that's the last thing that's happened.
Yeah. And I didn't care for Natalie up until that point. Now I like her. Yeah. I was just like, she's in the background and why are we here?
Yeah, no, she's just kind of floating around like, why are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So and Kyle like going after her, I don't think the Bose needed to make that throwaway comment, but I also think we're just being bitches together. Like, I don't think Bose would have not. She said it loud enough that Amanda could hear. I don't think she would have been. I don't think she would have been like, "Oh, I didn't mean it. I'm so sorry." Like, Bose is not that kind of person. She's like, "Oh, get over it. It's fine. I'm being silly." Right? Like, we would say.
In that moment, Amanda should have turned around, walked over to Bose and said, "Can I talk to you for a second?" And asked her. If she was that mortified by it, she should have asked her. And Bose would have been like, "I was just kidding. It was a joke.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I was joking."
But Amanda can't. But again, I don't know if you were like this. I was terrified. I would not want to go up against Bose in a fight like that with something that I'm confronting her about. You could see her face, Bo's face, change to, "Really? You want to go there? Let's play." Mm-hmm. Like,
she's like, "Yeah, let's have a conversation." I don't remember saying it. That's what an offhand comment. I genuinely don't think Bose remembers saying it.
Yeah.
I think it was just a whatever. And I also, this is another instance of like, it's so obnoxious to me that Amanda is like, "I'm a little tiny baby." She's like, "I'm a boss bitch. I'm a tiny little, don't call me a wimp." And you're like, fucker, deal with it.
Yeah.
If you and I were having that conversation and you said like, "Oh, Jen can have a Pinocchio nose," I would have been like, "Excuse me?" And that's like, we would have had like a funny little back and forth.
Yeah.
And instead Amanda's like, "She thinks I'm fake," and fuck off.
Yeah.
Fuck off, Amanda.
And she tells Kyle, and then Kyle has to spin it and make it into this gigantic
And she's like,
thing.
She's like, "Kathy, you wouldn't have liked this." And like, didn't she mean it as like a... And Bose is like, "Let's talk about it. Yeah, come on, let's go." I don't remember saying it. If I did say it, whatever. I didn't mean it as a thing.
Yeah.
And Amanda's like, "But I want to talk about why." And then fucking Kyle getting so crazy at Natalie. Here's the deal. Yeah, the cameras will tell. And we've just rewatched it. And we're watching you make this mountain out of a molehill.
Mm.
I need Kyle to be better at this. She's been doing this for so many years.
Calling she doesn't want to... Natalie a liar? Natalie was not lying. She did not veer from anything she said previously. She was saying, "Yep, that's what I said. You asked me if I heard it. I told you I did. I told you it was a joke. How am I lying?"
She laughed when she confirmed it. The first time they have a conversation, she's like, "Oh yeah, I did hear that. It was funny." Why are you turning it into something it's not? I think that this is one of those things where Kyle is needing to make the big drama because she doesn't want to be the big drama. She doesn't want to be Dorit talking about the stress in her life. Honestly, take a page out. I mean, she couldn't have known. There's no way that Kyle could have known how well Rachel Zoe was going to do this season.
Yes.
Right? But Rachel Zoe is being so, and we've got to talk about her. I want to end on how much I love Rachel Zoe.
Okay.
She couldn't know how well Rachel Zoe is going to come across, but Rachel Zoe is being raw. She's being open, she's being vulnerable, and she's being so authentic. She's being, dare I say, genuine. Just, it's so good. And she's, I don't think oversharing. I think she's just being very in the moment.
Yeah.
And Kyle feels so calculated. And I'm bummed about it because Kyle used to be my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she's just too, there's like a certain point where you're just too in it at this point, and it's like, so you're not really there anymore.
Right.
So.
There's something that Rachel said. I'm trying to find.
Bo's for president.
God, stop it. La, 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 la. This is just so much time.
Okay, let's talk about Amanda really, really quickly. One more thing. Her fucking wedding.
Oh my gosh. Do we have to? Okay.
No.
We can.
One, I just think her wedding seems dumb.
Absolutely.
Over $300,000. Granted, I know that weddings are really expensive, especially when you're doing all of this.
Yeah.
She's rented out all of the nearby hotel. One, why? That's the guest responsible. You do it for your bridal party, but like she's just doing it
because she doesn't want the disgusting public to be there.
No, I think she's trying to flaunt her wealth. She's trying to prove it. She is actively, it is this whole performance. This is what we don't like about her. She's doing it for her own friends and family and shoving it down their throats too.
Yes, the group's throat, you mean. Yeah, I found it. Yes.
Everyone at that's invited to her wedding.
Yeah.
She wants to come in on a fucking helicopter and be a boss bitch.
Helicopter?
She did this whole thing about how she's going to come in on a helicopter.
Yeah. But
that's her grand entrance.
I would rather like a Meredith Marks on a sleigh. Was it a sleigh she was in?
Yes. She's doing it at a winery.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, do something like that instead. A helicopter
fits the genre. It just rings like she has no taste to me.
Yes.
And her like very millennial gray new entry into Kyle's old house. Ugh. I was like, you are showing the worst of the millennials. I think it's because I feel like in a lot of ways she should be like the representative of my generation amongst these women. And she is making us look like shit.
Yeah.
She's making us look like whiny, hypocritical assholes.
Yeah.
Who don't know how to manage themselves and use therapy speak as a weapon against everyone around them.
Oh, terrible. It's, No, I don't.
Fucking Amanda. I hate her.
Yeah. And I really liked at the end, I just want to say, while we're talking about Amanda, after the pizza pool party, anyway, that left and everybody was going to bed and Bose was in with, who was she talking in the bedroom with? Jennifer and Rachel? Anyway, and she tells them, at the very end of the episode when they're running the credits, Bo says, I'm going to say something. I can't believe I'm saying this out loud, but Amanda is running a cult. She's a scammer and she's running a cult. I'm like, I have been thinking that from day one, because if you go back, how many cult documentaries have we watched where they're trying to control how you think?
There was like what was it called? Like Twin Flames something.
Yes.
Do you remember them where they're like, it's a husband and wife and they're like, this is how you, and then they were forcing people to get together and take their courses on how to have like the best, like meet your soulmate and stuff like that. It's very much like that. And then someone like looked at Amanda Francis's website where she has all of the courses for sale. And someone described it, and it was so perfect, as like your MySpace profile page when you like stylize it. And I was like, my MySpace page looked like her current website.
Yes.
And like half of it can't read because the font sucks so bad. And there's like, you have to scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll to get to the actual price. And she's like, it was $3,000. Now it's only $300. It's shitty. And you know what? She's made a business out of it, right? Like she talked about it on Watch What Happens Live. She's like, I resent, you know, these are adults making choices. She's like, I'm an adult woman. I can choose how to spend my money. They're adults. They can choose that this is what they want to do. I've worked on this for 15 years. I have a background in it, my spirituality and my education and blah, 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 whatever. She's built a product that people are buying, but it does feel very cultish. Like there's something, what are the leggings? Remember those?
Lulu, no.
LuLaRoe?
Yes.
Yeah,
something
it's
like
very
that, yes.
LuLaRoe leggings. It's not great. And
Did you fall over dead when Erica mentioned Mother God? Fall over dead.
and she was like, she's silver in the back of the station wagon. And I was like, yes. I love that she's watched that. I love that she's
I
watched
can't.
that.
I couldn't be in my skin. I was just dying when she said that. It was
I just
amazing.
want to see Erica Jane talk about chimp crazy. Right? Like how
Right.
fun would that be?
Oh God. Yep. I lost it.
I want to talk about the documentaries that Erica Jane has watched that are like cuckoo. I
So
just want to
good.
feel closer to her. Like I've never felt so close to Erica Jane as
Yeah.
when she talked about Mother God.
Yes.
And she's like, they're crazy. And it's like with that eye makeup, and you're telling us like, how is it that I feel like connected to you right now? Because you look insane in a great way. I mean that insane is like, I would love to look like that, but like,
Right. Fuck yeah. That was amazing.
and she's like, wasn't that nuts?
Yo, what is
I love this
happening?
season with Erica. I think Erica's doing a great job. I think she's working on herself. She's being open with the audience. Like she's connecting with us.
She's trying to be friends genuinely with
she's
everyone.
being genuine friends.
Yes.
She's doing real connections. I mean, look at her in Sutton and how that's going. Look at her. I think she's trying to support Dorit, but she's getting sick of Dorit.
Mm-hmm.
Because here's the point that I was going to make earlier. She's going through shit. She's still going through these lawsuits.
Yeah.
She's still dealing with the aftermath of everything that's going on with Tom. Tom hasn't died yet. Why hasn't Tom died yet? How is Tom still alive?
I know.
But Catherine O'Hara is gone.
I know, right?
How?
I know.
Dorit's not the only one that should be spinning out right now.
Correct. Right. Of course. But
I think
she's not making it everyone's problem. You know, Dorit's not that woman making it everyone's problem. She's
taking it to who will take it though. Right?
Yeah.
Like Bose is like, come here.
Yeah.
Tell me all the updates.
Yes.
And I think Erica has also tried to be that person.
Yeah.
And I think that Erica had been that person. And I think that the moment when they're in Italy and you find out that Dorit went out to dinner with PK and they're like maybe moving forward. And Erica's like, the fuck?
Yeah, you didn't tell
what
me.
happened? How did you know that? And Dorit's like, well, I'm picking and choosing who I'm sharing my information with. And we're like,
oh no.
But you're pissed at Amanda for saying you should not be telling everyone.
Yeah.
And now you're saying that you're not telling everyone. But also you're not telling the people who've been there supporting. And Erica's like, I know you're not talking about me.
Right.
And then Dorit's a little, well, you didn't tell me about the guy that you were holding. And she's like, no one knew about that. That was our second date.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't be telling anyone about that.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I can see where like her patient and like Dorit being always fucking late and they almost missed the opera singing.
Agreed. I was just going to say, Dorit and Erica could get over, right? Erica finding out that Dorit didn't tell her that. If there wasn't this whole context of the bubble, everything else inside the bubble, right?
It's becoming like a few too many things, I think. And I can understand why Erica's like losing patience.
Yes. No, I agree. I do want to talk about Kathy caning down Amanda, basically read the room and know your place. I got goosebumps just saying it. Watching it, my entire body was just like bing. And then Erica saying everything that people are thinking when Kathy Hilton tells you have fucked up.
Because how often is Kathy Hilton actually tuned in?
Right.
How often does that happen? It happens once every 3 seasons.
8.
And it's a moment.
My God. Yes, the sky has opened up.
It definitely does say something, I think, about the sisterhood between Kyle and Kathy as well. Because you're like, Kathy's like little in her own little world. Floating around, not really engaged with anything that's going on. But the second that the heat is going on her little sister, she's like, shut the fuck up.
Yep.
Know your place.
Yes.
Which is the better way of saying, like, the wallet comment from Sutton.
Yeah.
Sutton learned from Kathy.
Right. Right.
So,
I mean, it was such a queen moment. I can't even. And Kathy, I feel like Kathy and I are like twin flames, because the one part, her and Jennifer get off the plane and they're driving to the villa, and Kathy's in the back seat next to Jennifer, and she's just covered in pillows. That's me. I have my literal bed pillows with me everywhere I go because I can't not have them. I have a fan in my room. Like, Kathy has to have her fan.
Like,
I know.
The sound.
I need a fan. And
So
Stefano's
does Dad.
like, okay. That is Kathy. Like, that's how she presents in the show. But then she does this moment of clarity, and everybody just is like, oh, God has spoken.
Mm-hmm. Like, oh, she tuned in. It's
was
serious.
The best ever. It was so good. Yeah.
So good.
We can go back to Rachel if you want and try and wrap it up.
Oh my God. Okay. So,
but what I found out what I wanted to say when they were at that dinner, and everybody was trying to, how was it? Amanda was saying, you know, I have a background in therapy with children of divorced parents, and the parents talking bad.
It's an informed opinion.
Right. It's an informed opinion. And that's just my opinion. That's what I believe. And then Rachel says, which was queen again, but Dorit's not talking about him to her kids. Mm-hmm. And I was like, exactly, bitch. Like, that's exactly the difference to what Amanda is saying that Dorit is doing when she's not actually doing that. She's talking to you, you stupid whore. She's not talking to her kids.
This is her.
She doesn't understand the difference. Yeah.
And then coming up with the defense after the fact.
Yeah. Yes.
This is her working up a defense after the fact. It's the same thing with her being like, I was accosted. She's redefining the scenario.
Yes.
To change the perspective of, like, her being able to take any accountability.
Yes.
At the dinner where she didn't want to talk to Dorit about talking about Dorit in the first place.
I truly got the vibe she does not want to engage or be friendly with Sutton, because she's not, you know, having open conversations with Sutton that are not about her and her business, or her writing her book, right? Stealing Sutton's pillow, writing her book, talking about, I'm writing my book. She walks away and writes her book. They have to follow her to talk to her. Sutton is genuinely, again, trying to befriend Amanda, when probably every molecule in Sutton's body is like, don't be friends with this bitch because she's a bitch. And Sutton's like, no, I'm really pushing that aside. I'm really, really want to try and be friends with her. I had a hard time last year. I don't want to have her have a hard time this year. Amanda is not giving Sutton the time that Sutton deserves or is asking for.
Who has Amanda had a genuine conversation with?
Right.
Who is she genuinely trying to connect with in a way that won't push her brand and her business?
Right. Exactly.
None of them.
I feel bad for Sutton.
She's friends with Kyle, so she can show Kyle her house, so she can do a tour of her house. Yeah. She is meeting up with Kyle so that she can talk about her business and how busy she is. Like, I'm not seeing her trying to have a genuine relationship with these women.
Right.
These experiences, these incredible experiences that are set up for her. She is flippant. She is dismissive. The Sedona trip, she's like, not into it. She's on her. And then I guess, like, she had said, like, I wasn't on the phone. I was doing voice memos. And I didn't do it the whole time. It's like, well,
and her being on her phone in that opera inside the villa. Like, I was tearing up watching that. And she's on her phone.
Why is there a phone in there?
Yeah.
Why did you take a phone in there?
No. What?
I'm sorry. Did I take pictures on vacation? I did. Oh, not that many, though. I didn't take that many. I had an incredible vacation. It was amazing. I'm Amanda Francis. It was the best. I did a really good job. I actually did do a really good job with our vacation. And we had a really nice time. I also don't feel the need to document every single thing that we do and experience. I don't. Right. I used to, especially when the boys were little. Mostly because I felt like if the boys were doing something interesting, I wanted to have
Yeah.
and share it with grandparents and
Yeah.
share it with Grandma Darlene and like
Yeah.
have it sent out. I don't feel that way anymore. Also, I have boys that are about to be 13, so they're not as interested in having their photo taken.
Right.
So it's harder. But also, like, if you're watching a live opera performance and you're on Real Housewives, you don't need to videotape it with your phone. You want to know why? Because there's cameras of it. They're gonna have it for you in the future. I bet if you're like, can I have it because I want to show it in my theater room at my gorgeous house? I'm sure Bravo would provide that to you.
Yeah.
At this point, I think Bravo would
Sure.
do that. I would not want to look through my phone at that. And she wasn't even looking through her phone at that.
Yeah.
She was just looking down at her
Right.
phone.
Right.
And Sutton, I think, said something like, I fell asleep at the opera, which was like, okay, Sutton, you're so cool. She's like, don't tell anyone. It's like, you said it to a camera on the show that's on cable.
But that's, her being funny and
she's trying to be
right?
silly. And
She's trying to be silly. And Amanda is not. She's got the pouty face on. She was slouched down into her chair. She wasn't even sitting up, being respectful to these performers that are 2 feet away from her.
What was that attitude about?
Yeah.
That private performance.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? I don't understand it. So if Amanda Francis has no haters, I am dead. Like,
oh, God, yeah.
Fuck off, Amanda. And you were exactly correct when you said earlier the difference between her and Rachel Zoe. They are both freshmen and they are having completely different responses.
Yes.
And I don't for a second think that that's editing.
No, not even close. Not even close. I mean, Rachel does not have to talk about her husband and her husband's new girlfriend. She doesn't have to. That shit's private. That's devastating for the other partner, right? I mean, that you physically, viscerally feel that in your body, even though you are not with that person. Like, that is a private, vulnerable thing. And she's talking about that, and God loved Dorit, which that's another thing about Dorit. Dorit was being supportive to Rachel when Rachel's like, I need to go home. I need to go home. I'm having this anxiety. I'm feeling overwhelmed. And Dorit's like, it's going to be okay. Right. And is supporting her and listening to her and not making it about Dorit. Dorit didn't turn it on Rachel and be like, PK did that to me once, or whatever. She was really supportive to Rachel and saying, I will be here. What do you need me to do? I can do anything you need. And yeah, that's really shitty. And, all the things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just love her so much. She's just so authentic. But again, my point is she doesn't have to tell us that stuff. Right.
No, she's getting these via text messages. She's
right.
Okay.
Right.
So I do want to talk about some of this. Child of divorce.
Yes.
You have been divorced.
Yes.
Like, we've got a couple different perspectives here. One of the things that comes up is her soon-to-be ex-husband. He introduces his kids to his girlfriend.
Yes.
Just kind of springs her on them when they're jumping on a flight to go to camp. So that was kind of weird, and the boys are not really cool with that. Also, it had come out, there's pictures of their dad kissing this woman, and that makes them uncomfortable. And Rachel is basically saying, listen to her ex-husband, they're not comfortable. So do not bring her around them without my consent. That's not okay. Rips him a new one. And that's kind of what she says.
Yeah.
So as a kid, when my parents started dating and seeing other people, her kids are elementary school, junior high age, I think is kind of the vibe.
It's 14 and 11 or something, right?
Yeah. So they're a little bit older, but also I was in high school when I was introduced to my stepmom, Des.
Okay.
Who I love now, but back then I was told she was the devil, so I couldn't like her.
Right.
But it also wasn't an option whether or not we were going, that wasn't a conversation that we were having now. And I certainly don't think that if one parent was like, you cannot bring them around the ex, I think that has to be a conversation that happens. And I think now that's been fleshed out more. But was that something that came up at all during your divorce about
yeah.
Really? Okay.
Oh yeah. Because my ex-husband was cheating on me. That was the whole reason for the divorce.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew he had multiple girlfriends or people that he was seeing. So we choose to get divorced. I stay in the family home. He gets an apartment, and I don't, have personal firsthand knowledge of who he's seeing at this point. But I tell him away from our daughter, I say, she is 7 years old. She doesn't need to be around women. Do not introduce her. Do not take her on trips. Do not have these women over when you have her for the weekend. So I had her full custody, and he saw her on the weekends. He just saw her Friday, Saturday, Sunday. He did not have like 50-50 where he had her months or weeks at a time. He saw her for a few days maybe. And he said, okay, that's fine. And it's the same with you, no boyfriends. And I said, absolutely. And that's completely fine. She's 7 years old.
Yeah.
And was devastated when we got a divorce. About a month into our divorce and living apart, she's going to his house for the weekend. She comes home and says, well, I went to McCall with Dad for the weekend. I said, great. How was that? I bet that was really fun. She goes, no, it was terrible. And I said, why? What happened? And she said, there was some woman there, and she was with us the entire time. And I lost my ever-loving shit. The piece of shit took her on a vacation with his girlfriend, who was now his wife. But, we had, a gentleman's agreement that we weren't doing that. But these men are so selfish. Rachel's husband is selfish because it's about them. They want it to be about them. They don't care about these kids. They don't care that it affects her. And she was devastated. She was confused. My daughter was confused. She's like, I don't know who this woman is. Why is she here? Do I listen to her? Is she going to spank me? Is she going to punish me? Like, what am I doing? And it was a lot. It was terrible. She cried, and he didn't give a shit. He was like, it's my kid. I can do what I want in front of my kid. And I was just like, oh my God. And to this day, if you ask her, my child is 30, she still will say, I hated every second of it. I hated it. I don't think he should have done that.
So uncomfortable. Such a weird, it's just a weird thing. But it's like they're also the adults in the situation. And as a kid, you're like, I guess this is how this works. I guess this is cool. I don't know. One of the things that Rachel Zoe also does is she has a conversation, a sit-down conversation where she says, hey, to her two kids, your dad and I are filing. I put in a petition, and basically that means that I'm asking for a divorce. And it's really happening. And the boys, it was so sad. And you can tell how close they are with her.
Yeah.
You can also see the older ones like, Mom, I don't want to talk about this.
Yes, of course. That's normal.
But she's very open and direct with them, while also, I think, having an age-appropriate version of the conversation.
Absolutely.
And the younger son, he's like, so you guys don't love each other. You don't love him anymore. Aww. And she was like, I don't. And I thought that was just such a hard conversation, but I think she handled it really well.
Yeah.
I don't know how, as a parent, you have that conversation. There's no like easy way to talk through that, even if they already know. And then the comment that the older son had, what's his name? Caius.
Yeah.
It's too many vowels in a row, Rachel. That's the only thing I disagree with. A-U-I, like. But anyway, she said, he wasn't around that much before anyway, so it doesn't really feel that much different. And you seem happier now. And you're like, so it's better for these kids long term. I remember when I found out that my parents were getting divorced, and I was like, this is going to be awesome. So much better.
Yeah.
I think that that's kind of where the older son is at. And it's like, that sucks. But I think that Rachel's handling it as best she can. And so what was it when they're in Italy and she gets the message from her sons that, was it the younger one? The older one was at a friend's house.
Yeah, Sky. Yeah.
And then the younger one, the dad pulls aside and is like, I have a girlfriend now. I don't think the girlfriend was there, but he's like telling him all about it. And the kid's freaking out.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they're in like fucking California and she's in Italy. So who knows? Somebody knows how many hours difference it is. It's probably like
at least
8.
a day. Yeah. Yeah.
She's asleep.
Yeah.
It's the middle of the night for her. And he's like texting her. She didn't see it because she was jet lagged. So she didn't see it till the next morning. And then by that time she slept in late. By the time she saw it, it's already late for her son. So she's calling him back and he's not okay. He's really upset. So from the other side of the world, she is having to navigate this for her son who was alone, and he's upset, and this is all too much for him. And she's like, do I fly? Do I fly back? Or am I going to be like racing to get there and then he calls me back and I'm okay? She's like, I don't know. So she ends up getting it organized for her son that he can go hang out with her parents, and they're going to be happy to see him. He's going to be comfortable there. It just sucks that this kid is in a position that his dad put him in, that he doesn't get to feel comfortable with his dad.
Right.
His dad has made this space that's so unpleasant to be around.
Yep. Because they're selfish. That's what it is. Men are selfish like that. They don't care. They don't care. They don't think about their kids, and that's what it is. And these poor kids are so simple that, it's
It
black
seems
and white
basic.
with them. Yeah.
It seems pretty basic
really
of like,
is.
maybe don't bring people around. Maybe have a conversation with the mom. And if the mom is like, absolutely don't, then you go, okay, here's how I'd like to do it. Can we
Correct.
talk it through? Like, you still have to like be on the same team for your kids.
Yeah.
And they're just not. I mean, there's a lot of people that just can't co-parent.
Yeah.
But that fucking sucks. There's a woman that I follow on TikTok, and what she does is she married a guy who had 2 kids from a previous relationship. Then they had a kid together. And what would happen is when he'd have his kids during his time, usually it's like an every other weekend thing. So basically she's like, the dad would want to have one-on-one time with one of the kids.
Okay.
And then she would kind of manage the other one. And then they'd also have a day all together.
Okay.
And she just kind of felt like she was put in this position where the 2 other kids don't like her. They're not enjoying their time with her. The dad is having his time alone with the one kid to like help make sure they're maintaining that bond, which I get that idea, but it was just deteriorating, making everything awful. The kids were fighting against her, and then when they were all together, then they were all kind of fighting, and then it was this weird for their new kid that was her kid. They're in this weird position, and it's like, well, the siblings need to be spending time together, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, it's just all this pressure on me, and it's upsetting for all of the kids. She's like, I don't want them to be unhappy to be around me. And she's like, I also don't want the responsibility of parenting these kids who don't want to be around me.
Yeah.
Then I need to be facilitating this. And they're like, oh, no, we're doing this all backwards. And so they reframed it. And instead, on the Saturdays that the 2 kids come, the dad spends time with those 2 kids. And she goes with her kid and has one-on-one time with her kid.
Okay.
And then on Sundays, the dad's like, well, all the siblings need to be together. She goes and spends the day by herself. And the dad is in charge of all 3 of his own kids.
Wow.
Which I think makes a lot of sense. I feel like there's this trend of dads. Where they are, when they're hitting their second relationship post kids, that becomes like the new mom. And he's like, and then you take on all of those jobs. And it's like, but she's not the mom. You're still the dad.
Yeah.
And now you have to kind of take on both sides of that. Think of how many moms, single moms, they take on the job of both parents all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And then the dad's like, well, I've got to find someone new to take care of the jobs on my side. And it's so whacked out and wrong.
Yeah.
Like, why is the stepmom taking on the responsibility of the mom when she's not there, when really it should be the dad that's taking on those responsibilities?
Right.
I think. So I don't know. I like that concept better. Dad's not going to listen to this one. It's about Real Housewives. I think that would have been better. Granted, dad was working and all of that stuff, but also I don't think that stepmom should have to be, and I'm saying this as I'm not a stepmom, but I don't think stepmom should be taking on the responsibility of parenting to the same level that the mother does. I think the dad has to step up.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that there aren't incredible single dads out there. I'm not saying that there aren't dads and stepmoms that handle it really well and do a good job. I'm not saying that there aren't moms that don't handle it well. I'm just saying, in general, I think that we're seeing a trend of that pattern that I just described more often.
Right. No, I agree. I think you're right.
So, but Rachel Zoe,
Rachel
queen.
Zoe needs to be standing in the center, holding the center diamond, and Kyle needs to go pound sand with Amanda somewhere else. Like, I am over it. I don't want to see them back because I'll be honest and admit that since we haven't been recording and you've either been sick or on vacation, I haven't watched it because it makes me so upset to watch it. I get
Because you're frustrated with
angry
Kyle?
and frustrated, and I don't want to watch it. It's not fun to watch, right? And I don't want to feel like that when I watch Housewives.
No, it's they're the authentic friendships aren't there like they used to be.
Right.
And I think that that's where things are really falling apart.
And we were
I am bummed.
comparing, Salt Lake and Beverly Hills. I remember saying, right, Beverly Hills is doing it correctly because Beverly Hills has these little, groups like these two are friends, and these two are friends, but they all get together and they can do the thing and still write cohesively or go on vacation and have fun, but they know that these two will are more connected and have a better, closer friendship, where Salt Lake is just like someone threw a bomb inside of a building and it's just all over the place.
Yeah.
And they can't get it together. And I feel like that with Beverly Hills right now with Kyle and Amanda. Like, I don't want to watch it.
Who is Kyle really friends with other than Amanda? I mean, and Kathy right now, right? Like,
right.
If they're going to be surface level friends, if they're going to be Jennifer Tilly and Kathy Hilton, just kind of like playing off on the side, fine. But then actually take a step back, and you have to take a step back and you just have one iconic thing that you say the whole season. Yeah. That's all you get.
Yeah. And you're a friend of. I can't.
Yeah. You can't be Kyle and be doing this shit.
Yep.
Okay. So I would say Erica, killing it.
Yes.
Sutton, trying.
Yes.
Bose, queen.
Yes.
Just doing a fantastic job. She's in the drama authentically.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
She's genuine friends with Dorit. She's genuinely trying to connect with these women. She's putting together a fucking banger of a trip. Yep. This is the best trip that I think they've ever done ever. It's the most luxurious. It is the most extravagant. I mean, they're in Florence. Wasn't it Florence?
Yeah,
shopping?
Florence. Yeah.
Holy fucking shit. Amazing. Every single thing is amazing.
Wonderful.
And Dorit, I think, is being pretty authentic, but I think that I don't know if erratic, the word erratic was such a trigger word. I don't think she's erratic. I think she is overwhelmed, and I think that she's scattered. I think that
scattered is better.
Her cortisol levels have got to be insane, right?
Correct.
She doesn't.
Correct.
But she's never been terribly focused anyway.
For sure, right?
Her fashion line is bikinis.
Right. And we don't know from one episode to the next what accent she's going to be speaking in, right?
100%.
It's just Dorit. But I think Jennifer Tilly should be holding a diamond. She should be on the show all the time. I want her on the show all the time.
Just for fun to watch.
She's just so wonderful. And her shopping is my favorite. I
love watching her shop. And you know what? Natalie, friend of Natalie.
Sure.
She's really grown on us. And she held her own. Which, like, if Kyle came at me,
God,
I would have withered.
Yeah, me too.
Very quickly.
Me too.
So good on Natalie for like holding her ground and not giving in with that.
I mean, I even wrote down, I have it open to the page where Kyle was going hard at Natalie. And I wrote down, I've never seen Kyle back up someone so fiercely other than Kim to Brandi Glanville. Kyle, remember that? Right? Yes.
Yes.
Kyle
Both
doesn't.
of them together.
Yes. Kyle doesn't do that for anybody. She didn't back up Erica. She didn't back up LVP, right? She didn't do any of that. She did it for Kim. And now she's going hard for Amanda. Like, stop it. Stop it.
I think it's a bummer because I think Dorit, again, going back to like, she can't see things clearly. So she's like, Sutton is trying to triangulate, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no. I don't think Sutton's trying to like do a thing to get on the right side. I think Sutton genuinely had good intentions, and I just think it's the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Right. It just doesn't land. Exactly.
It's just not coming off quite the right way.
Right.
Sutton is still gonna feel, I think she's more a part of this group and has established herself better than she thinks that she has.
Yes.
But I think Sutton is always going to feel awkward. And I think Sutton is always going to feel not quite good enough, not quite pretty enough, no matter how much money she has.
Especially without Garcelle, right? You know?
Yeah.
So, I agree.
It's a bummer.
I agree.
Next week, we don't know. We'll figure it out.
We hope we're here. Just to be honest, that nothing happens. Let's be honest. Again. We would love to come back.
At Dollywood, we were in line. I was with Henry, and there was a kid in line ahead of us. We were in this like car driving line that was for little kids, but anyone could do it. So there were adults doing it. It wasn't inappropriate that Henry and I and Matt and Sam were in line, but there were like a 2-year-old could drive the little car because it's on like the track, but you can have a little bit of steering. Anyway, there was a kid in front of us in line. And he was in like a t-shirt and shorts with like an elastic band. And I turned to Henry and I was like, Henry, I want you to look. This is why we are washing our hands every time we get out of line or do anything. And he looks over and I show him, there's this kid who's probably 3.5 or 4. And he has his entire hand down the back of his pants. It has to be fully in his butt. His entire hand in his little ass. And you're like,
shit.
And he's just walking around, digging around in there.
Touching everything.
And like now I was like, look, he's touching the handrail now. And Henry was like, I'm not touching that. And I was like, but how many handrails have you touched?
Sure. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That's amazing.
Why did I tell that story?
I don't know.
Because I'm probably going to get sick somewhere else.
Okay. Wonderful.
I was like, this is why I get sick. I have terrible immune system.
Well, I told Steve, I said, somebody who works from home literally leaves the house once a day in your car, doesn't get out of your car to go pick up your kids. You have like the death virus every 5 days, every 2 weeks.
I do.
And I go to work
COVID worse.
And I am working with criminals and felons and dirty people who are on drugs and the homeless public, and I'm fine. I'm fine. And you can't leave your home and you get the plague.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Matt's mom has worked for pediatricians' offices for for her entire career. I don't know how long, and I don't want to make her sound old. But she's worked in pediatricians' offices for her entire career. So like she's untouchable. That woman never gets sick. So, yeah, no, I realize I've become like Bubble Boy.
Yes.
At some point, my job will fire me. And I'm going to get a job in the public. And it's going to be really rough for me for like the first 2 months. And then it's going to be great because I'll be talking to people all the time. And that'll be much better for me and my self-esteem and mental health.
And you have unsubstantiated confidence and you'll be fine. So.
Right. No. And that's also probably will also change once I go outside more and I actually have to talk to people. Because I won't feel so confident when am I Amanda Francis? Fuck.
No. Fuck no. Oh God.
All right. Well, thank you for doing a podcast with me.
Thank you for showing up.
I love you.
I love you.
And thank you everyone for listening. We love you too.
Yes.
We
made it under 2 hours.
Did we really? Oh shit, look at us. Amazing.
Yes.
But we hope you all have a great rest of your week. And
yes.
we will do this again next week.
Bye.